Hi guys, I know, I'm in trouble. I didn't do a video at the end of last week about NaNoWriMo. To be fair, or the week before, it doesn't matter. But to be fair, I got sick. And my health was just kind of doing this slippery slope until I finally hit rock bottom. I have a health condition, and yada yada yada. And when you're just going downhill, you're going downhill. There's not really much stopping it. No. But I tried and I failed. Anyway. And one of the other reasons why I didn't do it was because this came out. And I'm not the biggest fan of Twilight, but I did read it, the entire series. I was into it at one point in my high school career, and I decided to see what happened. I'm 23. It's been a while since I've read Twilight, and apparently Life and Death too. And so I started it. I'm like this far into both, that far in Life and Death, that far into Twilight. I'm reading them kind of simultaneously. And, yeah, I was reading it and I'm like, you know what? I can reimagine this better with more humor and a new character with a completely new cast. I mean, that's what she did pretty much in Life and Death anyway. She gave Twilight a new cast. And so I was just kind of like, alright, I can do this better. And so I kind of started writing that, which I'm not going to do for NaNoWriMo. This is going to be a bit of a slower thing. I want to finish Elf Beast. Something that an idea that I'd started. I know people like this idea. I know for a fact that people like this idea. So I want to stick with it because I know I have an audience for it and that I'll get people to read it and get people to like it and get people to say, hey, you should write more stuff because we really, really like you. And then I can finish this other one and do some of my other fairy tale stuff that I've been doing. I have a Swan Princess book adaptation I'm working on. And then Esther, the book of Esther kind of retelling, sort of. So, I mean, I'm very interested to see how things kind of turn out with those, but Elf Beast is a little bit more fleshed out because it started out as a fan fiction. I already kind of know where I'm going with it anyway. I have the entire story mapped out and all of that. I'll call it a Twilight parody. That's pretty much what it is. My parody of vampires in general. I haven't mapped it out yet. I don't quite know where I'm going with it. I'm only like halfway, my projected halfway through the first chapter kind of thing. You know, it's stuff. You know, and it'll be fun. It's a fun thing. That one's more of a side thing, the fairy tale stuff, and then of course my big overarching series that I've been planning, writing short stories, starting little novellas for, and have not finished them. And yeah, I'm just working on stuff. But yes, NaNoWriMo, I've fleshed out a little bit more. I've outlined it. I've outlined Elf Beast. I've did a little bit of character background, especially in how the Beast got to becoming a beast, because I started writing my little rewrite for it, and then I looked at my prologue and I was like, this is the weakest prologue ever, and it doesn't explain anything that happens. And because I at first wanted to go into it with a kind of hey, we don't really know what exactly happened. No, I'm just kind of like, no, no, no. We're gonna go into it knowing what happened, knowing why it happened, kind of thing. And then and that'll create more tension for the readers for my character, because everybody's just kind of like, oh, so he doesn't know, but she does kind of know, she thinks. And she wants to, like, she knows, and so she's just kind of like wary. And it's a lot of, it's plot stuff. It's plot stuff. Kind of cliche, but I think it's a cliche that everyone will be all right reading. They're familiar with it, and it'll allow me to continue to take my own spin on the whole Beauty and the Beast persona. And yeah, I lean more towards the Disney version, but that's kind of where it ends with my inclusion of a Gaston character. I have her family members. There's a lot more of a family value there between her and her cousins. The fact that her aunt, her mother is the person who cursed the beast in the first place, due to the death of her aunt, kind of thing. Her cousin's mother and all that stuff. And so and of course her cousins are older than her, which actually is a little bit of an autobiographical thing for me, because I'm used to having older cousins, much older cousins on some cases. On one side of the family, I have much older cousins. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a little dash of autobiographical, but it's just kind of like there's a little bit more of a forgiving dynamic between her and her family, which I'm quite certain has never really been explored in a Beauty and the Beast retelling, because they tend to try and make the twists concerning the Beast, which I guess you could say I kind of do concerning the Enchantress, but the person who cursed him. But I think I go a little bit more plot. No, not plot. Character. No, plot too. Plot too. There is a twist. There will be something no one expects. But, and it'll be slowly revealed the more I get into it. But, yeah, I really do a lot of stuff different with the characters. I focus a lot more on, the Belle character not being as isolated, and she isn't. She even has a best friend. I mean, there's a little bit more going on, with the character, besides her being this very closed off person, which I've noticed it tends to happen with Beauty and the Beast retellings. I mean, I've read a limited amount of them, the modern ones, but that's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed have happened. So, yeah, I think mine's a little bit different, and I kind of wanted to explore just kind of a little bit more of a normal, I mean, she's an elf, I know, but normal girl persona, like a normal person, not the oddball, even though she is an oddball, but she's a different sort of oddball. She's a social oddball. She actually is a social person, and she's still an oddball, but she at least talks to people, she makes friends, she has people who she cares about, and she has people who cares about her too. And that, I think, is a stark contrast between between the actual fairy tale and the fairy tale retellings. So I don't know, is it that's just a little bit of what I'm doing concerning her character and concerning what I've been planning. And I've been trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to go with the wording of the story. I'd been kind of thinking, yeah, maybe I can go medieval on this, but then I realized I'm not quite up there as a writer yet. And I know I want to write about elves a lot, but I'm not quite up there with the spinning of the words, I guess I could say. And if I go back and edit it before I send it off to a publisher or publish it on Amazon, I can edit it all out. Um, which I probably will do because I'm pretty neurotic and I don't like leaving plot holes and stuff, and yeah. So, that's pretty much what I'm doing with NaNoWriMo. I'm gonna try to catch a video of me writing at midnight. I probably won't because tomorrow's Halloween and I do have plans on Halloween, so I might be kind of delving into my stuff tomorrow or Sunday, and it'll probably be very late night Sunday, and I've decided to do a daily, I've written something every day kind of thing, or try to write something every day. Every time I write, I'm going to do a video blog and just kind of say where I am, and maybe I'll even do a rant about the fact that I can't get anything done. I do warn you, I am a college student. That was one of the reasons why I wasn't able to finish, and I was having health issues too, and so that never helps. But I do have a lot of reading I need to do this semester and a lot of writing. A lot of reports are coming up, and I need to I need to book it on that. A lot of stuff is coming up. I've got to start reading more of my school stuff and writing more of my school stuff. I have 2 book reports that are due at the end of the semester, and I have started it, but I haven't gotten very far in one of the books that I chose to do a book report on. So, yeah, November's going to be very busy. And again, I mean, my original frustration with NaNoWriMo, with all the people who finish, is that the people who finish have more time to write than I do, I guess, or they just manage their time more better than I do, and I apparently don't. I manage my time around work and school, and works fine because you have to go to work anyway, but school's kind of always iffy. So, and of course I have a lot of books I need to read of my own time. But, you know, books I need to read. And I wouldn't be surprised if I get inspiration during the novel writing month for my parody thing. I don't have a name for it yet, but we'll just call it Twilight Parody for right now until I come up with something better. But I will probably get inspiration for it. I'll also probably get inspiration from one of the fan fictions I'm working on. I'll try not to get distracted, but I can't make any promises. I know you're not supposed to get distracted on NaNoWriMo, but I am a college student and I get distracted anyway. So, yeah, but I'm going to really focus on Elf Beast, and I want to at least get halfway done. That's kind of I know 50,000 words is supposed to be your goal, but really for me, my goal is just getting really close to finishing more of a book than I've ever finished before. I've always ever made it like halfway, and then I'd stop. That's the same with my fanfic. No, my fanfics I would get to. I'm not even halfway on Consequences of a Huntress, which, by the way, one of the fanfictions that I write is called Consequences of a Huntress. It's on fanfiction.net. It's a Lord of the Rings thing. It features my original character. This is an original character named Brianna Davis. She's an elf. You'll like her. I throw her into Middle Earth. She's from my personal world building kind of thing. She's my character. I'm throwing my character in Lord of the Rings. With her, she has her own backstory, her own everything. There's a lot more to her than I think most Lord of the Rings original characters normally do have, or fan characters, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, there's that one. A lot of people like that. I haven't gotten a bad review for my story yet. I'm sure I'll get one eventually. There's always one. But go on ahead and check it out. Just kind of familiarize yourselves with my writing and see, just whether or not you'll enjoy it. I might read a little bit of what I've written on Elf Beast during the NaNoWriMo during one of my video updates, but who knows. We'll find out how much time I have and whether or not I can finish this year. I'm really going to try. I want to finish something. I want to prove to myself that I can finish something that is not an essay. So, anyway, good night, guys. Enjoy your Halloween. Laugh about the presidential debate and how it turned into a big and how it turned into a debate between the moderators and the candidates, which I thought was hilarious, as well as the questions that were being asked. So, yeah, laugh about that. Laugh about your dogs or your cats or animals or your imaginary animals, and just get ready for NaNoWriMo if you can, and just try it out. Always try it out, and if you can't get it, then you can't get it, and whatever. So, have a nice night, y'all. Bye.